Paris is painted as the city of romance, where every street glows with magic. But once you arrive, you realize the postcard dream hides cracks most guides never mention. The first shock is money. Paris doesn't just cost more than you expect, it bleeds your wallet dry. Hotels in central districts charge hundreds for small, dim rooms. Budget options are far away, and long metro rides eat into your time. Even meals feel like a trap. A croissant and coffee at a sidewalk cafe can cost as much as lunch in another country. Visitors smile for photos but quietly wince when the bill arrives. The charm of sipping coffee on the Champs-Élysées fades when you know you've overpaid. The cost is only one layer of disappointment. The city also struggles with visible inequality. Steps from luxury boutiques are people sleeping in tents. The divide between wealth and poverty is inescapable. Homelessness is impossible to ignore near train stations and tourist spots. The city of light doesn't shine evenly on everyone. Tourists expecting romance sometimes leave feeling uneasy. The contrast between elegance and suffering is jarring. The metro is another harsh introduction. It's efficient, but crowded, noisy, and at times filthy. The smell of damp air and metal lingers in many stations. Escalators break down, graffiti marks walls, and rats scurry near tracks. Pickpockets thrive in the chaos. Tourists lost in maps or phones make easy targets. Stories of wallets, passports, and phones disappearing are common. Many visitors learn the hard way that vigilance is necessary. Scams spill into the open streets. At Sacré-Cœur, men tie free bracelets onto wrists, only to demand money. Outside the Eiffel Tower, women push fake petitions into hands while accomplices circle bags. Souvenirs are sold at inflated prices to anyone distracted. Even the icons can disappoint. The Mona Lisa is far smaller than most imagine, hidden behind glass and swarmed by tourists. The Eiffel Tower demands hours of waiting in lines. The romance of the moment vanishes as vendors pester you with glowing trinkets. Parisian streets carry another truth. Behind Haussmann's beautiful facades, alleys overflow with trash on collection days. Graffiti coats bridges and underpasses. Rats dart across cobbled streets at night. The weather doesn't help. Gray skies, drizzle, and biting winds dominate much of the year. Tourists chasing golden sunsets are often greeted by umbrellas turning inside out. The Paris of movies feels like a lie on rainy afternoons. Even food, Paris's pride, hides traps. Tourist restaurants near landmarks serve microwave dishes at premium prices. Authentic French cuisine exists, but it hides in neighborhoods far from the center. Visitors who don't wander often miss it entirely. The crowds add another layer of exhaustion. At the Louvre, visitors shuffle shoulder to shoulder, barely glancing at masterpieces. The magic of art is replaced by the need to tick boxes. Many leave with photos instead of memories. Protests reveal another side of Paris. Strikes, marches, and demonstrations can paralyze transport without warning. Tourists arrive to find their trains cancelled and streets blocked. What feels like chaos to visitors is daily life for Parisians. This constant undercurrent of unrest is part of the city's heartbeat. It reveals tensions hidden beneath the elegant surface. Locals live with relentless pressure. Long commutes, tiny apartments, and soaring costs weigh heavily on daily life. Tourists see the beauty for a week. Parisians endure the grind forever. The city's charm doesn't erase its flaws. It masks them, until you look close enough to see. And once you see, Paris never looks the same again. Nightlife in Paris is another contradiction. Movies paint it as glamorous, but reality is often crowded bars, high entry fees, and overpriced drinks. A single cocktail in a rooftop lounge can drain your budget. What felt like a dream becomes a night of frustration. Even student districts, once known for cheap fun, are no longer affordable. Locals adapt, but tourists rarely know the tricks to save. The crowds make everything harder. Long queues outside clubs and endless waiting at attractions steal the excitement from the night. Romantic walks along the Seine seem perfect on screen. But in reality, vendors, beggars, and pickpockets often interrupt the moment. The sense of unease lingers. Tourists clutch bags tightly instead of holding hands. Even Paris's famous markets feel different once you arrive. The charm is dimmed by inflated prices and stalls designed to lure tourists. Vendors know who will pay extra. And many visitors leave with souvenirs they later regret buying. The suburbs tell a deeper story of struggle. Far from the Eiffel Tower's glow, communities face unemployment and unrest. These realities are rarely shown in travel brochures. Yet they shape the everyday lives of countless Parisians. Protests and strikes add to the turbulence. Train stations shut down, buses halt, and flights delay when workers take to the streets. Tourists caught in the chaos often feel angry. But for locals, these demonstrations are survival, not inconvenience. This tension has become part of the Paris experience. You can't separate the beauty from the conflict. Even art and culture reveal flaws. Magnificent museums become suffocating when crammed with endless crowds. At the Louvre, tourists raise phones higher than eyes. Masterpieces are seen through screens instead of souls. The joy of discovery disappears. What's left is proof you were there, rather than the wonder of being present. Parisian attitudes amplify the struggle. Some locals embrace tourists warmly, but others respond with impatience or cold stares. Language barriers widen the gap. Visitors often leave feeling unwanted or judged. The romantic myth of Paris crumbles in these moments. Instead of charm, visitors sense distance. Housing is another silent crisis. Young Parisians share cramped apartments, while wealthy elites occupy vast spaces. Entire generations delay independence. The city is home, yet out of reach. Tourists admire the balconies and rooftops. Locals know the sacrifice it takes to live behind those windows. Pollution and trash underline the cracks. Air quality worsens as cars and industry fill the skies with haze. On some mornings, the Eiffel Tower disappears into smog. The city of light becomes a city of gray. Even green spaces aren't always peaceful. Parks overflow with crowds chasing the same rare escape. What should be tranquility becomes noise. Stillness is hard to find in Paris. The pressure of survival shapes daily life. Stress, exhaustion, and burnout are silent companions for many Parisians. Visitors see beauty for a few days. Residents carry the burden every day. This is the truth guidebooks don't show. Paris is dazzling, but it is also demanding. The ugly side isn't danger or crime alone. It is the exhaustion of living inside an illusion. It is the reality of overpriced meals, crowded metros, protests, and inequality. It is beauty built on struggle. Paris doesn't apologize for these flaws. It hides them behind lights, history, and charm. But once you've seen them, you can't unsee them. The magic of Paris will always be tinted by its contradictions. The Eiffel Tower will still shine. But so will the memories of scams, costs, and the struggles you witnessed. Paris will always be unforgettable. But unforgettable doesn't always mean perfect. The city of love is also a city of shadows. And that's the side of Paris no one talks about.